now the product is ready, it's up and running. We already have a pilot with a couple of family offices around the world. So now the product is available for private banks as well as for family offices and asset managers. And the ICO is only for the blockchain part and the tokenization. So now we have the marketplace and the valuation tool ready. After the ICO, we're going to implement the tokenization. And tokenization basically is to divide the asset into pieces. So for planes, boats, aircraft, real estate, or shares in private company, we're going to divide this asset, and then it's going to be traded on an exchange. That's the whole story. So you have two benefits. For the asset owner, you're going to have liquidity on illiquid asset. And for the investor, you can invest in a diversified portfolio of variable assets, and especially non-bankable assets. Or you can go to the web page and subscribe, but at the end of the day, we'll be with the meeting. We're happy to demo our product, the marketplace and the automated valuation tools. So at the end of the day, it's a matter of speaking to clients and mainly like doing demos, and the whole cycle, you know, for banks, mainly like 12 months. That's kind of a long cycle. For family offices and asset manager, it's more around like 2 to 3 months. So different kind of prospect we are targeting. But the first step is to go to the website or to contact me, and then we'll be happy to provide a demo and to have a nice talk about the product and what you can achieve for your businesses. We created this company because we observed that at the end of the day, wealth managements are only taking care of 50% of the asset of their clients, many liquid assets, and all this non-bankable asset is outside the wealth management space. So now it's time to bring this asset within the wealth management area. So dealing with liquid assets and non-liquid ones, which are non-bankable assets, to combine them to have a nice diversification and a nice portfolio overview. So the whole thing is about combining non-bankable asset with bankable asset for better like asset allocation, for instance. And then on the ICO side, all these assets, you know, you have to track the provenance at the end of the day. So if you have a classic car, watch, art, real estate, or shares in private company, the main thing is to track the provenance to make sure the asset is real, and to have the whole history of the asset, to place it on blockchain. When it's on the blockchain and verified by your oracle, you can start the tokenization, which is dividing the asset for investment purposes. So that's the whole story. So we changed the way that illiquid assets could be traded. That's the main story behind Wealthinitiatve. So far it's a B2B, so we use the banks to assess the clients, but after the ICO and the blockchain community is going to be a B2C product as well. So if you have a house, if you have a piece of art, you can tokenize it to get liquidity. So it's going to be a B2C product at the end. I don't think it's going to be ready tomorrow. So I think we're going to have like a couple of years before it's really implemented. It's mainly for me on the legal side, which is an issue. I think the tech side is pretty much there, even if the scalability has to be improved. But on the legal side, I have to make sure that if you have the owner of a share in a private company or a real estate or a boat, aircraft, piece of art, that you're not going to sell it while you have a contract with Wealthinitiatve, because the token owners going to have ownership of your asset, and if you are selling it, the tokens are worth zero. So the legal side is very important. You have to bridge the off-chain and the on-chain, and that's kind of what takes us some time. We talk to lawyers, we talk to KPMG, we talk to a lot of people how you can really link the token with the asset, and that's kind of very new, so it's going to take some time as well, depending on the jurisdiction. But I would assume that in emerging market it's much easier to implement this kind of blockchain technology for assets. First, to verify the assets. So in one place, we're going to have the whole history about the asset, which is kind of important. And once you have the history and it's on the blockchain, we can tokenize it. And then with IoT, we can track it. For example, if you tokenize a classic car, you can put an IoT device on the mileage and then track it. And this mileage, IoT, going to be linked to the insurance companies. So the insurance premium going to depend basically on the mileage of the company and the history of the car. So the whole thing, the paradigm going to be kind of shift with this kind of technologies. Yeah, that's new. The whole story is about making illiquid asset liquid. So we don't care about like shares of Apple or IBM. It's already liquid. We don't care about fixed income like bonds of IBM. It's already liquid. What we care of is like non-bankable asset. If you want liquidity on this kind of asset, you're going to wait many years. So we provide like short-term liquidity for the asset owners, and we provide investment opportunities for the investors. If you think that this piece of building gonna go up in value in the next 2 years, you don't have 10 million to buy it, right? So you can buy a piece of it. You can put 500K and have like a piece of this building. And if it's going value, it's great for you. But at the beginning, how do you access this kind of assets with the minimum investment? That's the whole story. It's called tokenization. And instead of having your asset in one building, you can have 1/10 of this building, 1/10 in a building in Lausanne, 1/10 in a building in Geneva, and then you have a kind of diversified portfolio, right? Instead of putting 1 million in one house in Poland, you're going to put 100K in different locations. So all your real estate portfolio is going to be diversified. So it's to open new door for portfolio diversification, for asset allocation, rebalancing of portfolio, and asset liquidity.